In this question, we're given at a certain temperature, the equilibrium constant K for the following reaction is 2.49 times 10 to the 4. And we're given a reaction hydrogen plus iodine yields 2HI. And then it says use the information to complete these questions. So the first question is, suppose a 30-liter reaction vessel is filled with 1.2 moles of hydrogen and 1.2 moles of iodine. What can you say about the composition of the mixture in the vessel at equilibrium? Well, at equilibrium, we want to determine the composition at equilibrium, we want to look at the equilibrium constant. Remember that the equilibrium constant is products over reactants, which is expressed in several other videos about equilibrium, so I'm not going to go into that too much here. But it's products over reactants. So if the equilibrium constant is large, much greater than 1, it means that products, which are on the top, because it's products over reactants, are favored. So if products are favored, there's going to be very little hydrogen and iodine, because most of what's in the reaction mixture will be HI, because HI is favored. In the next question it says, what is the equilibrium constant for the following reaction? Be sure to use the correct numbers and figures. So in order to do that, we need to compare the two reactions. And we look, here we have hydrogen plus iodine yields 2HI. Here we have 2HI equals hydrogen plus iodine. So these are opposites. This is a reverse reaction. So the K of the reverse reaction is just a reciprocal. 1 over K of the forward reaction, because now the reactants are products, so reactants here, reactants here. So they're opposites, so products over reactants is backwards. Said another way, we just take 1 over K. So it's 1 over 2.49 times 10 to the 4. And when you do that math to the right number of sig figs, which is 3, 4.02 times 10 to the minus 5 is your equilibrium constant. In the last question, it says, what is the equilibrium constant for the following reaction? And then, again, the sig figs need to be correct. Again, we need to compare. In this case, we have hydrogen plus iodine yields 2HI. In this case, we have 3 hydrogen plus 3 iodine equals 6HI. So essentially, we have a triple reaction. So we have 3 of them occurring. Well, if we're going to have 3 of them occurring, or 3 times each thing, we need to take K and we need to cube it, because everything is multiplied by 3. That means we actually have to cube the equilibrium constant because of the fact that we raised each of these powers. So therefore, we don't want to just multiply it by 3, we actually want to cube it. So in this case, we want to take 2.49 times 10 to the 10 to the 4, not minus 4. Take all of that and cube it. And when you do that with 3 sig figs, you get 1.54 times 10 to the 13. So these are just some ways you can manipulate the equilibrium constant expression depending on whether you reverse the reaction or you triple the reaction or whatever you do.